Shalom, shalom. All right, shalom, shalom. All right, before I start, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren out there preaching His word in all sincerity and the truth. All right, so Brother Dama Avivar, out here with another street speaking to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great and to give you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you Israelites warning from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai of the impending danger and the end of this world, the end of Esau's world. All right, the end of Babylon the Great, aka America, and the end of the rulership of the heathen. All right, and as the topic has been amongst, especially here at Great Millstone, the hot topic, which has always been a hot topic, but what has been heating up lately in the news is the M.O.T.B, which is the mark of the beast. And as we know, Esau is going forward with this whole agenda, and he's not slowing down. You got the Fed now is actively in place, but you're not hearing about that in the mainstream news media. You got all these CBDC pilot programs going on all around the earth. A lot of these financial institutions around the world are getting ready for the end of this financial system as we know it, to bring in this digital system as this central bank digital currency, which will be linked to your implantable CHIP, the micro CHIP, and it's all over, these different, it's all over the YouTube. It's all over the world. If you, especially in alternative news media sites, if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, this is something that should be talked about, and that should be the trumpet should be blown on it, because we're in these times right now, and they're not going to stop. They're not going to slow down. They're going completely forward with this agenda, and everything is going digital, which is going to lead to a digital enslavement of all of humanity, according to their plans. All right, and here at Great Millstone, we always go in about the M.O.T.B, letting you know about, the plans of these central bankers, man, the plan of these elites. We've been warning you that this financial system is going to collapse, and now is right on the verge of happening. As soon as it happens, they're going to roll out with this CBDC monetary plan, and without it, you're not going to be able to buy or sell, as the scriptures say, So let's get into that, man. I got some articles too I'm going to just show you that everything is going digital. Everything is going forward with the plans of these elites to bring out Revelation, the prophecy in Revelation, the 13th chapter, which is the implantable micro CHIP, man. It's not sin. It's not white Jesus. It's not Christianity. It's not these political systems, because when they roll out this new, the part of this new world order, it's not going to be no political system as you know it right now. It's just going to be a complete rule and dominance by these elites, man. Either you're going to get down and obey, or you're going to be cut off and separated from society and from the world. There's not going to be no in between. You're not going to have a voice. You're not going to have the right to free speech. Just to get on the internet, which I got an article showing you that, and pretty soon, they're trying to use this whole children being attacked online as a way for them to bring in a digital ID, to where you're going to have to basically sign on and get a digital ID just to go on the internet, and pretty soon, whatever you say can be held against you, man. If you have anything to say outside of the mainstream narrative of their agenda, you're not going to be able to get on the internet. You're not going to be able to do anything, man. All right, so get a couple of these precepts going, and then we get into these articles. Just get straight to it. But at the end of the day, hey, we've been ad nauseum warning our people about these times that we're living in, warning you about the M.O.T.B, man, especially here at Great Millstone. I can't say the same for these other Israelite groups, because they're basically not preparing you, for the battle. They're not keeping you people up to game on what's happening and what's about to happen. They're not warning you, how to get yourself right, not to take the M.O.T.B. You had a lot of these Israelite groups told a lot of our people to go ahead and take the spider juice, man. So how much more are they going to prepare you for the M.O.T.B? They don't even talk about it, man. The only time groups like the ISUPK or the IUIC or these other Israelite groups talk about the M.O.T.B is when Great Millstone is brought up, or if they're questioned about it, because people have heard the breakdowns and Great Millstone bringing it out, they'll adjust it to these other Israelite camps, and they'll totally go off and tell you that it's not the M.O.T.B. It's not the implantable seed here. It has nothing to do with buying and selling. It's sin. It's religion. It's a political whatever on every turn, man. They're telling you it's everything except the M.O.T.B, man. Now they're trying to link it to digital central bank digital currencies, but they're still leaving out the main ingredient of it, man. Which these devils are literally coming out and telling you that your CBDC will be the size of a grain of rice, man. And we in the know what the hell that means. You see? And we've been warning you at end, like I said, ad nauseum. So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And that's what we do. We see all these different news articles. We see all this different information coming out regarding, CBDCs, and showing you the link of how it's going to link between buying and selling, how it's going to be linked between biometrics. And how your biometrics and this technology, transhumanism, linking man with machine, all plays into the whole grand scheme of the mark, man. And this new digital system that is being established. Telling you that's why everything is going digital. That's why you have smartwatches. That's why your phone right now is a gradual step until you eventually putting all of that information inside your right hand or your forehead, man. Because for a time you're going to be able to use CBDCs through an app on your phone, but eventually that technology, like Noah Harari said, the technology is going to go inside of you, man. And that's just that's the end game of it. They're starting it with different wearables. Even in the NFL and the NBA, a lot of those jerseys and technology that's on their uniforms and on their equipment is all biometrical technology, where they can track their heart rates, they can track how fast they're running on the field, they can track how depleted they are, they can track throughout a whole series of a game, how their body, is basic, they can see how their body is responding to, each quarter of the game. And they can go back and read that digital information and give it to the player and tell him how he can basically advance his performance on the field. So this technology is out here. We're all using it on some level. Like I say, even your smartwatch is a form of the M.O.T.B, man. You got your smartwatch, you got Apple Pay. You can put your Apple Pay on your watch and you can just scan your watch and pay for particular things. You don't have to reach in your back pocket, So that technology is already here, man. You're just gradually being... using it until eventually they're going to come with the coup de grace, they say. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And right now it's speaking and it's not lying, man. You go to these World Economic Forum, you go to the Bank of International Settlements, you go to these alternative news media sites, and they're telling you exactly what's the future for technology, what's the future of money, how the CBDC is going to work. Go on Redacted, they're showing you these different podcasts where they're showing you these elites literally coming out and speaking it and telling you this is where the future of technology is going. And it's all prophesied right here in the Holy Bible, man. And the Lord tells our people not to take it under any circumstances, man. And that's what we've been out here prophesying, and as Elder Malcolm would say, risking our lives and our freedom to do so, to tell you, man. Which is why they're coming down so hard with all this censorship, which is why they're trying to have a digital ID to give you permission to go onto the internet, because they want to keep anybody with a voice or anybody that's going to expose the truth from having that voice to speak on the internet, man. See? It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. See? And it's going to come, and it's not tarrying, and it's coming faster and faster each and every day, man. Each and every day that goes forward, it's a day closer to this financial system as we know it being destroyed, and then bringing in this new digital system. They're just waiting for the right crisis to bring it out, man. And we know that those crises are coming, man. All right? And that's what we've been out here prophesying and speaking it. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? See, and what's that sound of blowing the trumpet? Is us coming out here and telling you what's going to happen. Now, we're not literally out here blowing a physical trumpet, but it's symbolic, meaning the prophet's coming out and warning you. All right? We're blowing the trumpet telling you that danger is coming, evil is coming. We're telling you what these elites are about to do out here. We're telling you the impending danger that's about to befall this society via the financial collapse, via, blackouts, via them doing away with this society as a whole, man. We're telling you that bad times and evil times are headed this way, and that's why we're blowing the trumpet so that you can be prepared, that you can prepare yourself, by returning and getting right with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, before that great day comes, before all hell breaks loose, before this devil brings in this M.O.T.B and brings down, comes in with that great wrath, so that you can have the protection and have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to guide you and to protect you and to know what to do and what not to do. It says, shall there be evil in a city and the Lord have not done it? Verse 7, surely the Lord God would do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets, you see? And that's what we're out here telling you. That's why we're able to go into these scriptures, go into prophecy, and to break it down, and link it with what's happening in the world, and come out here and to tell you exactly the message the Lord is trying to give unto our people, man. And one of the main messages right now is that, hey, the M.O.T.B is coming. The mark of the beast. The devil is about to come down with that great wrath. This whole American system as we know it is about to be done away with. No more constitutional rights, no more freedom of speech, no more right to bear arms. They're going to come and attack all of these things, man, so that they can bring in this NWO. So that's why we know it's going to be more false flag attacks, more mass shootings. They're going to do everything in their power to blame your freedom and your sovereignty and your constitutional rights. They're going to use that against you in order to do away with it, man. They're going to tell you that's too many mass shootings, too many children getting killed, too many schools getting shot up. People shouldn't have that right to bear arms. That was a mistake. So we should going to pass laws so that we can do away with that, man. They're going to do away with you having the freedom of speech. Too many people, and most people are gay bashing. Too many people are saying this. Too many people are saying, too many people are being offended. So you people shouldn't have the right to have free speech. Free speech should be restricted. People shouldn't have the right to go on the internet and say things against the government because it's causing people not to trust the government, whether it's true or not, man. And they're doing all these things, man, so that they can bring in this new slave digital system to where you're going to have a social credit score, man, to where, you're going to have to obey pretty much, man. You're either going to obey or you're going to be totally separated and cut off from the society, man. And that's where everything is going. So let me bring out some of these articles I got, and then we're going to bring out some precepts, man. What's this, man? Here we go. This says, that's from InfoWars. It says, a bill that will push for online ID checks is scheduled for markup this week. It says the new laws would mandate online platforms to check age of users, undermining online privacy in the name of protecting kids, you see? And this is how they're going to clamp down on you, on the famine. This is how the famine of the word is going to come. This is how they're going to try to silence the prophets and the men of the Lord from preaching this gospel and this message and exposing the devil, Esau, Edom, and the wicked and all of their agenda and their plans from being spoken online and being spoken into the people, man. They're gonna crack down on it online. Then eventually, if they catch us out here speaking on the streets, it's gonna be laws passed where they can come out here and arrest us for doing this, man. And it's all part of bringing in this new world order, man. And it's all going to be signed, sealed, and delivered with that issuing of that M.O.T.B, which will be linked to your social credit score, which they will use AI and this AI technology to monitor every single aspect of your life, man. You're not going to be able to do anything, man, buy anything, say anything, do anything, go anywhere without a big brother AI watching and monitoring, man. And if you don't have the proper social credit score or the proper permissions and rating to do anything, guess what? They can totally digitally lock you out of the system, man. You try to get in your new smart card that's been given to you by the government with all type of back doors within the car to where they can shut it down, they can not make it start. They could make it crash into a damn wall. They can totally stop you from getting in that car and doing anything, man, under this new digital beast system they're going to establish, man. And even right now, I was listening to this podcast, a lot of these car manufacturers, they were coming out and telling particular guys that, look, a lot of these newer cars, they already have the technology within them to where the government and AI can take control of them. They're just laying dormant inside of the vehicles until they're magically flipped on and they can just flip them on and use them to where, like I said, when that day comes, your social credit score ain't crap. You didn't say something on the internet that they didn't like, or you tried to purchase something that they didn't want you to purchase, and you violate the New World Order laws. When you try to get into that car is going to lock you out of that car. You try to go to the grocery store and buy something. As soon as you scan your palm, hey, your social credit score rating is going to be below par. So they're going to tell you, look, you don't have the right to purchase anything. Go home immediately until you're further notified, man. You're going to have to go to a re-education center, get re-educated, not to blaspheme, not to buck up, and not to speak out of line, man, until further notice, you know? And this is the digital slave system that they're trying to implement, all right? So we're starting with all of this, man. They're going to lock down our freedom of speech, right to bear arms. All of your so-called constitutional rights are going to be stripped from you, man. And you're going to be left in a position to just obey, man. It says the Senate Commerce Committee will convene on Thursday to deliberate the contentious Kids Online Safety Act, the CKOSA. A bill that, if passed, would cause platforms to introduce ID verification for users and significantly reduce privacy online. It says, despite the law's admirable aims to regulate the way online platforms display content and ads to under 17s, its implementation could potentially jeopardize privacy, with platforms potentially needing to introduce ID checks. See, everything has to go digital. You're going to have permission even to get on the internet or to have a platform, to get on social media, to do anything in the near future, man. And if anything that you do violates their code of conduct, man, which we know is going to be anything that speaks outside of the mainstream narrative, you're going to be shut down and locked out, man. Your permission will be revoked, man. And it's going to be like that on every level. Buying or selling, getting gas, traveling, working, doing anything. It's all going to be in their control, man. Once you give them the control, when you slap that M.O.T.B in you, man. It says the law calls for online platforms to adopt reasonable measures to mitigate the known risks associated with underage users engaging with social media platforms such as online bullying, depression, and eating disorders. You see, and that's the cap right there. That's what they're going to use to try to make it seem like they're trying to protect children, but really they're just trying to have control over what you can say and what you cannot say, man. They don't give a damn about bullying and people having depression. That's part of their New World Order agenda, is to get the majority of you people to be depressed and to have eating disorders and to hate yourself, you know, and to have a low self-esteem, to be self-harming. That's part of the New World Order agenda. So don't believe they're trying to pass these laws to restrict that, man. It's all hypocrisy and bullshit. It says, however, the enforcement of such measures would likely necessitate stricter ID verifications to identify the age of users, raising valid privacy concerns, because they just want to know who is who online, man. That's what it is. They don't want you to have any, because you can go online right now without really, without having some privacy to where it don't have to be you. So like, for instance, I could go to somebody else's house and use their computer and I can say all type of shit, but that's not actually me using that computer. And they can't link it to me. They can link it to whoever's linked to that IP address and all that. But with this, every time you get on the internet, you're going to have to identify yourself. It's going to be literally you every time you get on. So they're going to know exactly who it is, where you're using it, no matter where you're at. They're going to know exactly who was using who exactly, who you are, what you're saying, and where you are, and you can't deny it or hide it, man. So that when it's time for them to crack down and to get you, you're going to be got, man. See? It says, ironically, the act calls for the highest levels of privacy protection settings for teens and compels platforms to disclose all commercial endorsements. Platform advertising to minors will also be required to provide clear, blah, blah, blah. It says, these provisions, while designed to protect, could ironically lead to invasive scrutiny of minors' online activity. And a break from tradition, the proposed law would not mandate parental consent for teens using social media, but it would require platforms to inform parents about their children's blah, blah, blah. Yeah, see, so that's one of it, and that's part of the plan as well. But let me go to this other one, man. Let me get to the main point, man. Here we go. This is where everything is headed. And you got to remember, China is the model. China is where they're trying to implement all of these things, man. So let me get that in Revelations, man. And I'm going to just go from there. Because this is the plan. This is where everything is going. These devils are not slowing down. They're not stopping, man. This is the future that these devils have planned for everybody here, man. And if you're dumb enough or weak enough and ignorant enough to take it, you're going to find yourself, they're going to have you in derision, man. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. See, and what's that mark? We're going to go into it like we always do. But I want to go into the root word. No, I'm tripping. What's that word is charagma, man. All right? And we know the root word, charagma, then you got charax, then you got grapho, which grapho, it says, it's basically the information and your biometrics, your identification, all the information necessary, written things that go upon that. Matter of fact, let me get that. All right? You got to understand grapho, you know? Because that M.O.T.B is going to have information upon it, man. It's not just going to be something that's just going to be able to ping your location, to track and follow you. It's going to have all your information, your biometric data, your height, your weight, your status, your social credit score, your CBDC. All information will be embedded on that charagma, man. The same way right now, how your phone is able to have all that information. Like a lot of people right now, you don't really, certain states, you don't have to have a wallet anymore. You don't have to have a physical driver's license. I think in Detroit or certain states, you have you can put your driver's license is digital. You just have it on your phone. So if you get pulled over, you don't have to go into your wallet and physically pull out your driver's license. It's already digitally on your smartphone, man. You see? And like I said, this is all just the prerequisite to the M.O.T.B. And like I said, when they first bring out the CBDC, it'll probably be on your phone for a while, and then eventually it's going to go inside of you, man. All right, because you can lose your phone, you can lose this, but you can't lose your right arm unless you're gonna chop that bitch off, which the majority of the people are not gonna do. So it's all leading gradually towards this technology going inside of you, man. A branding of the property of the slaves of the New World Order. And it did the same thing in Rome. I'm gonna show you that. It says It says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, you see? And it goes deeper than just buying and selling. It's going to be how you're going to operate and move about in this society totally, man. You know? If you don't have the CBDC, you're not going to be able to get gas, man. You're not going to be, that's going to be your badge. That's how you're going to identify yourself. That's how you're going to be recognized and seen and presented in this new world order, man. And that's why they got to have this 5G, 6G system set up all over the place, man, so that you can be tracked and monitored in real time, man. Because that RFID chip is going to send off a signal, man, to where no matter where you go, you're going to be tracked and traced. You're going to be acknowledged. AI is going to be watching you, every single thing that you do. Just like in that movie, The Minority Report, when Tom Cruise had those that Asian guy's eyes in his head when he walked into the mall. The first thing it did was scan his eyes, man, and it identified him, and it told him, "Oh, those pants that you were looking at, they're still in stock," because they're going to be able to know every single thing about you in real time, man. You know, and this is the plan of these elites, a digital slave system. But in those movies, they show people was moving about all freely. They make it seem as if they were still living their life and they were still happy. You ain't gonna be happy in this new world order, man. All right, you ain't gonna be out here having massive amounts of shoes and having a goddamn being a damn sneakerhead in the new world order, man. That's not gonna exist, you know. But anyways, it says and he had what was that? To receive that mark. But let's go to the root word of that word mark. But I want to get to the point of the word mark, right? We know that the word is charagma. It says, of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. It says what? The mark branded upon horses, because this is ultimately what it's like. It's like you're being branded like cattle, like animals. Because when you brand an animal, it identifies ownership. And when you take this M.O.T.B, you are basically become the sole property and beast of the New World Order, man. He's going to be able to control every single aspect of your life, man. You're not going to have the freedom of choice. You're not going to have a career. You're not going to work the job that you want to work. You're not going to be out here raising a family, having a bank account with savings in it. You're not going to own any goddamn thing, man. That's like they told you. You're going to own nothing and you're going to be happy. All right? It says a thing carved, sculpture, a graven work. You see? Because they're going to literally engrave it inside of you, etch it inside of your body, man. Or in your forehead. It might be an amputee. They're going to put it within your forehead. But then you're going to be sole property and, marked and property of these elites, man. But let's go to these root words, man. For the word charagma, the word is charax. It says a pale or stake, a palisade, which a palisade is like when you see those fences that got like a sharp point, because that's the tip of the syringe that they're going to use to pump that sea hip within you, man. But I want to go to the root word of charagma is grapho, right? It says to write with reference to form of letters, to delineate letters on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other material. Yeah, it's going to be inside of your C-hip, because it's going to have that technology to where you can put information upon it. Like I said, all your biometrics, your identity, your height, your weight, your social credit score, your CBDC, your social credit score, all of that information about you is going to be embedded on that C-hip. So at any time they scan that, they're going to know every single thing about you, man. You know? It says to write with reference to contents of writing. See? It says to write to one, i.e. by writing, to give information, directions, you see? And that's what's going to be on your microchip, man. Grapho, that information needed. Your biometrics, your identity is all going to be linked to that thing when they put it beside of you, man. You're basically going to become sole property of Esau Edom, the damn devil, man. And you're going to willingly give him permission to do that, man. This is not something that he's going to force a lot of these people to do. They're going to willingly take it and accept it wholeheartedly, knowing exactly what comes behind it. Like I said, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. You're not going to be able to operate or live a so-called life here in this society without it, man. Without it, you know, you're going to have to live underground, man. You're going to have to, you know, be out here on a tremendous amount of faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, which that's going to be the you know, that's what the elect are going to do. The elect are not going to be overtaken and overcome by this. We're going to put our trust and faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. You see, this is why before Esau bring this chip, he's going to allow all amounts of chaos to happen out here, man. He's going to let a lot of, you know, this whole thing just fall apart, man. To where people are going to be so desperate, so afraid, so hungry, so thirsty, so confused out here, and so afraid that when he presents this, you know, this pseudo form of salvation and protection and a new way to bring everything back to order, people are going to willingly take it, man. You see? Because they don't have no faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, and they haven't prepared themselves, man. So when this thing is presented for them, a lot of them are going to take it. I forget which brother it was. He did a video where a lot of people was standing in this long ass line to sign up for this. I think what's that shit called? I think I have an article on that. It was just people just lined up around the corner getting ready to get down with that new technology. It's going to be the same way when they implement this microchip, man. Right, so we got that for the grapho. Then you know that the thing that's going to be on this chip is going to be that information, right? So let's hit this one. What's this shit? Yeah, so you got this one, a real quick one. It says government wants to control your digital identity. You see, that's what it's all about, controlling your digital identity. And this mark of the beast is nothing further but that. You see, remember the grapho. It says in many states, America can now ditch their physical wallet and verify their identity simply by tapping their device on a scanner, you see? Like I said, your phone is just a prerequisite to them putting a chip within you. So you can ditch your wallet. That's not going to be something you're going to need in the near future, because all your information is going to be inside of you on your microchip, on the mark of the beast, man. And these phones are just slowly, gradually putting everybody in that spirit to tap and go, tap and pay. You know, you go to a concert, you don't pull out concert tickets anymore. It's already like a digital, it's on your phone. You just press the little barcode and boom, bam, you're in there, man. So let me read that again. In many states, Americans can now ditch their physical wallet and verify their identity simply by tapping their device on a scanner. And just as digital wallets from Apple and Google have made commerce more convenient, see, and that's what they're selling you, convenience. You don't need to have a wallet. You don't need to have that. You know, everything is secure. Everything is, all your information is right here already inside of you, man. That's why a lot over there in Sweden and over there, they're already getting ready for this technology. They're already using it. You had that Foursquare company in Wisconsin, which was demonstrating it to their employees. They had the option to get the microchip to open doors. You know, it was basically their work badge and their work information just to make print, to print copies, to move around about the facility with a micro C-hip, man, basically with a digital badge, man. So this technology is already being rolled out. We're all using it, but it's not to the point to where it's prophecy-based, dealing with the mark of the beast, man. But it's coming. It's vastly approaching. We're only one huge crisis away from it being in everybody's face, and everybody's going to have to make a choice whether you're going to accept it or not, man. See, but this is where all this technology is heading. And they've been had the technology. Like I said, they're just waiting for the right crisis to bring it out. And one of the huge crises they're going to use to bring out to roll this shit out is collapsing this financial system as we know it. It says digital ID systems could potentially make government interactions faster and more efficient. That's what it's all about. Them having more faster and more interaction with their slaves via this micro C-hip, man. So now in this case, you ain't gonna have to send out Dog the Bounty Hunter in the New World Order when one of its slaves buck up or go AWOL. He's trying to run and shit. They ain't got to get the hound dogs like they used to during slavery to go find you, man. You're already going to be tracked and traced via your micro C-hip, man. No matter where you go, no matter where you try to hide, it's just going to be a blip on the screen, man. And they're going to send in the AI robots to apprehend your ass and chop your head off, man. You see, this is what this digital technology is all about. Them having total control and having, them basically trying to play God, man, via their technology. Having the ability to see all and know all about every single individual person here on this planet. That's the goal. That's the God complex that these devils have, man. And this is the system that they're bringing everybody into. You see now, don't get it twisted. Yeah, a lot of this technology, it's all convenient, but hey, the men of the Lord, we've been telling you, you're going to have to use it till you can't use it anymore, man. We're going to have to, use this technology to survive until they start telling you, look, now it's time for you to put it inside of you via the charagma. That's when all bets are off, man. That's when our faith is going to have to be totally in Yahweh Shah to eat, to drink, to buy or sell, which, the Lord already has us covered when you read Isaiah 66 and 15. But hey, this is the times that we're living into. This is why we're telling our people you have to prepare your mind to detach from this society, because once it strictly, goes to the point of no return, hey, you're going to have to turn and go the other way and tell Esau to kiss your ass, man. And our faith is going to have to be in Yahweh Shah. Read that part again. It says, digital ID systems could potentially make government interactions faster and more efficient, but they also raise the ominous specter of government surveillance. Can we have the efficiency of a digital ID without letting the government track our every move? Hell no, you can't. That's the whole point of it. For them to have complete and total control over you and what you can buy and sell, which is why they're using this whole climate hoax as an excuse to restrict your ability to have resources, man. To stop you from traveling so much, stop you from consuming so much meat, chicken, beef, telling you that the world is dying because people are consuming too much shit. So the only way to do it is to, to restrict it, come up with new ways to produce food, which is, lab-grown chicken, lab-grown beef, genetically modified eggs, and do away with the natural way of how we eat and consume real chicken and beef, and bring in this synthetic technological way to do it, man. A fourth industrial revolution. You see? So like I said, it's impossible for them to bring in these new digital ID systems without the government having total control over it. But that's what it's all about. Them having total control over you, man. It says, yes, but that's not the path we're on. It says, take Colorado. Since 2019, Coloradans have been able, okay, go on. Colorado is one of those states have been able to use a digital ID as a legal form of personal identification through the state. Remember, these are just all gradual steps to the M.O.T.B, because in the future, your driver's license is going to be on your M.O.T.B. Everything is going to be on your charagma, man. Users download an application to their smartphone, enroll in the service, and have their identity authenticated by taking photos or videos of a valid ID card or other government-issued documents to prove that they are who they claim to be, like I said earlier. And they're trying to do the same thing with the internet. In order for you to get on the internet, you're going to have to get down and interact with these digital ID systems, so they're going to know that it's you. So you can't pretend to be somebody else, man. Whenever you get online, you're going to have to present this information to them, so that, hey, whenever you go on there, you're going to be held accountable for everything that you say and do and move once you're linked into this system, man. And the government is going to have complete control of it via AI, monitoring and watching every single thing, man. It says ID card or other government issued documents to prove that they are who they say they claim to be. That information is encrypted, and the user is granted a digital ID and an associated key or code that serves as an identifier. You see, and like I said, that's just a more fancier way of Esau digitally marking his slaves with this digital system. Like I said, he's gonna allow you to do all this shit first via app. Your online to get online ID via app, your driver's license via app, your social security card via the app. You're gonna sign up for all these different things, all these different your CBDC is gonna be on your app, and then eventually it's all gonna come to a head when all that information, all that digital shit is gonna be put on your C-hip, man. This is where everything is going, man. The mark of the M.O.T.B, but they're gradually rolling it out, making you seem like it's all peaceful, it's all safe, it's secure, it's digital, it's safe, till eventually, man, it's going to go from this to in here, man. You see? It says the ping creates a data record outlining who, what, when, and where. Over time, these records create a government-controlled ledger of information about its citizens. Built and maintained by third-party vendors, Colorado Digital ID collects troves of information from users. See, that grapho, man. So they're gathering all this shit up for you now via your phone until eventually it's going to go inside you, man. So people are being snared and trapped, and you're being set up for this shit, man. But it's all seeming like it's harmless. It seems like it's just going to always be on your phone. No, it's not, man. All right, it's going to come to the point to where, look, they're going to tell you, look, either you're going to put this shit inside of you, you're going to get down with this system, or we're going to kill you. Now, they can physically kill you and chop your head off, but when you go, oh, matter of fact, I'm going to get that. It says, the app collects data, including but not limited to your IP address, device ID, and browser type, and information on the general geographical area of the user, you see? So they're going to know every aspect of what you're doing and where you're at whenever you're using these services, man. You're not going to be able to just, you know, freely move about and thinking you're hiding up, you're going under the radar, you're not detected, you're not being seen, you're not being tracked and monitored, man. They'll be able to find your ass hiding under a goddamn fire hydrant somewhere if you're just trying to hide when all is said and done. It says the privacy policy further details that the government shares information with third blah blah blah, much more concerningly with law enforcement and other government agencies upon request. You see, so when you buck up and you start doing shit that's out of order, hey, they're gonna be able to send that shit to the nearest futuristic government agency to come find you and punish you, man. Oh, you've been speaking too much truth online, you've been going against the guidelines. Hey, they're gonna send that DEA agent right to where you are and grab your ass up and lock you up and throw you in a damn concentration camp so you can be re-educated. See, this is all part of that digital slave system, man. Right? It's nothing new under the sun. Like I said, once you take this M.O.T.B, man, you're basically setting yourself up to be enslaved in this shit, man. And it's not going to be peaches and cream as you think it is. That's going to be your digital stamp of ownership, and you're going to show yourself to be a slave to this new world order, man. And if you don't have it, he'll be able to kill you. Now let me get this real quick. For the word kill, right? Like I said, because it doesn't mean that it does mean he can necessarily physically kill you, but he can kill you in other ways by you not having all of this information. You're not getting down with this system. You're going to be killed because you're going to be separated from the that whole futuristic new world order digital society, man. Like I said, it's going like all the information I'm telling you they're gathering on you. That's going to be how you're going to be able to move about and function in this man's new world order, man. Depending on how good of a slave you are. Let me see this, man. It says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, you see? But before they give you the physical mark, they're getting all your information, gathering all your biometrics, all of your data. Troves of information is being recorded and being tracked and put into a database, man. Everything about you is being put within it's being run through AI, and AI is learning everything about every goddamn body, man. And it's all going to culminate once you solidify yourself with that C here. Whenever that AI locks on you and he's looking at you, he's going to know every single thing about you, your habits, your pattern, what you like, what you don't like, so we can be able to make a real-time assessment about you, man. All right? It says, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You see? And what's the image? The image of the beast. The original beast was the Roman Empire, but we're living in this modern day Roman Empire, which they're bringing a lot of the ways of ancient Rome are here right now, man. Especially as far as dealing with this whole pedophilia and catamites and boy and girl grooming, massive amounts of adultery and wife swapping and wickedness. A lot of that was ancient Roman culture, and now it's being promoted and it's being presented back into the society. But now this time it's going to be more in a more digital technological sense, man. Let's get that word for kill, man. This is why all this information is being gathered. Right, when you go to the word kill, no, it's not it. Shit. When you go to the root word of that word kill, right? It says killed. It says apoktino. It says to kill in any way, whatever, to destroy, to allow to perish, to extinguish, abolish, inflict mortal death. You see, and that's true to a extent. They can do that, you know. They can decide, look, this person didn't want to take the M.O.T.B, they didn't want to get down with it, put his head in the guillotine, chop his head off, harvest his organs. You know, but other people, they're not going to kill you right away. They might put some people that they think that they can coerce into convince by putting them in a concentration camp for about 10 to 15 days. Maybe they'll change their mind. Maybe they'll see the light and they'll get down and they'll accept it. But when you go to the root word of apatino, the word is apo. It says of separation, of local separation. It says of separation of a part from the whole, any kind of separation of one thing from another. So when you don't have this M.O.T.B, and they don't have all of your you know, you didn't sign up for the digital ID, the online ID, your driver's license online, you know, sign up for all these, you know, put your whole, all your biometrics and information, give them to the government to sign up for all these things so that you can interact and then eventually take the M.O.T.B. If you don't have that, when all is said and done and this new digital system is rolled out, and the only way that you can go into the store is by scanning your chip, having the digital ID and digital passports in order to operate within that system, guess what? You're not going to be able to operate. You try to walk into that store with no C-hip and they can't scan you and read you, the alarm is going to go off. Security's going to run up and grab you and escort you out of the goddamn store, man. Or they're going to hold you down and lock you up until the authorities come. It's going to be like that with everything. You want to get into your car, you're going to have to digitally be linked to that car. Go to the grocery store, digitally be linked. And we see that happening all over the world, man. I did a video over there in London. This guy was from America. He was over there on business, and he wanted to go to Aldi to grab a couple of items for his hotel room for food. And when he went to the store, it had the turnstile. And it wouldn't let him in because he didn't have the right digital identification. He didn't have the QR code downloaded so that he can go in there and you know, scan his phone with the QR code to allow him to go in and to shop. And he was like, what the hell is this? This is crazy, man. Showing you that this is where everything is headed. The technology is already out here. A lot of these Whole Food stores are doing that shit. Panera Bread is doing that shit now. Now they got the technology to where instead of using your wallet or IDs, it'll scan your palm print, and that's how you go in and pay. You know, it'll be linked to your bank account. So you just scan your palm, it'll read your palm, you go in there and buy whatever you want. You just walk right out of the store, and it'll be taken out of your account. All gradualism, man. All leading into this M.O.T.B system. You see? So if you don't have the right identifications, you're not going to be able to interact with the new beast system, which is why all this information is necessary and it's going the way it's going. Now watch this. Let me show you. Oh, where is it? Oh, here we go. This is from naturalnews.com. It says, which brothers brought this information out before. It says Amazon rolling out pay by palm services as new payment tech at all Whole Food Market stores. You see? So what did it say? You won't be able to buy or sell save he that had the mark. And like I said, and this is just them gradually. God damn it. Oh, man. This is just them gradually rolling it out, man. You know, this is just part. This is where everything is headed. So you want to go get some Whole Foods, and you want to go into the store. If you don't have the palm to read, if you're not down with that system, guess what? You can't go in there without it. You can't go in there saying, well, I'm going to use my debit card. I'm going to use my Apple Pay. Well, if they don't have your palm scanned and your palm read, you can't go in that store and operate. You see? That's how that Apple, you being separated from the system, is going to take place, man. You see? It says Amazon, the tech and retail giant and the parent company of Whole Foods, announced on July 20th that it is expanding its pay-by-palm services known as Amazon One to all Whole Food Market stores across the United States. Initially launched in 2021, Amazon One will be fully operational for both payment and Prime membership benefits to more than 500 upscale grocery chain locations by the end of the year, whatever. It says the advanced palm recognition technology that creates a unique palm signature for each user launched one of its newest features, you see? So you can't go in there unless they can read your palm, man. It's all leading to the mark of the beast, man, the M.O.T.B technology. But in the future, instead of it reading your palm, it's going to read your microchip. This is where everything is going. That's why everything is fucking digital, man. They're doing away with cash. They're doing away with physical transactions. Everything is being digital.
You're right, man.
You know?
Hey, man, just call, man. What's your name?
Larry. How you doing? So have you heard about the mark of the beast?
Yeah.
The microchip they're going to put inside of everybody? Yeah. They're getting that shit ready right now.
Oh, fuck.
You know? It's going to be here pretty soon.
They put that shit for me. I'm fucking fine if they're putting that shit. Before they put that shit in me, I'm gonna let them put that shit in me.
Yeah, they're going to have to stand strong and deny that shit.
Oh yeah, man. All right,
Sorry, brother. That's all good, man.
Hey, yeah, I just gotta keep telling my sober living place.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
almost now.
Hey, pretty soon we're all going to be homeless.
Yeah.
Pretty soon they're going to, like I said, they're going to bring the mark of the beast. If you don't take it, you're not going to be able to buy or sell, or have a house or an apartment. So, hey, that's why we got to put our faith and trust in the Lord,
Yeah.
man.
Well, we're not gonna be here very much longer.
Yeah. Hey, shit, this society ain't going to be here too much
Holy Spirit,
longer.
man. Holy Spirit.
That's right, brother. That's right, man. All right, man. Be
All
strong. Be safe.
All right.
So it says, biometric data is one of the only ways that companies and governments can track us permanently. You see, biometrics, man. Bio means life, and metric means measurements, man. You see, and they're doing it all, you know, so that they can all culminate by putting it on that micro C hip. I know I sound like a broken record, but I have to keep saying that because this is where everything is eventually going to lead, man. You see, and this is why they're collecting so much data. Like I read that last article. This is why they're gathering troves and troves of information, which right now, biometric information and data is like the brand new gold right now, man. All these different tech companies are all trying to get involved and get inside of this, information gathering technology so they can try to position themselves. But, you know, this is where everything is headed. This is what we're constantly warning you about. This is the secrets the Lord has revealed into his prophets, man. Look at the precept. I've been rambling a minute, but I'm just trying to get this point across, man. No, let me finish this first. See, read that again, man. It says biometric data is the only ways that companies and governments can track us permanently. You can change your name, you can change your social security number, but you can't change your palm print, he said, you see? So that's why they're gathering so much information, and they're all digitalizing it to where they're making you, when you present information, you got to take a picture. You got to physically show that it's you, so it can be tracked and linked onto you. And now, you're giving your palm print, your fingerprint. Why do you think your phone now has that thing to where if you want to open your phone, you think you're doing it just in case somebody steals your phone. You don't want nobody to be able to get into it, but you're giving them permission to put your thumbprint. Where the hell do you think that information is going, man? You think it's just disappearing? They're tracking and keeping all of this shit, man. That's why, your phone, your phone even knows your daily route. Your phone will tell you, if you go on certain certain settings on your phone, it'll tell you your daily route. It'll tell you when you leave the house, when you go to work, what's going to be your next stop. Oh, you go to work, you go here, you go here. It'll fucking map out your daily routine because it's tracking and tracing you, man. Everything is. It says biometric data is the only way these companies and governments can track us permanently. You can change your name, you can change your social security number, but you can't change your palm print, he said. The more we normalize these tactics, the harder they will be to escape. If we do not draw a line in the sand here, I am very fearful that what our future will look like. Yeah, it's going to look like a digital slave system, man. Which people are willingly putting themselves into it because of what? Convenience. You're being snared, you're being trapped, man. You're being told to believe that they're doing this for your safety, but really they're trapping everybody into this shit. And it's all gonna culminate with the M.O.T.B, man. All right, get this. Pretty simple. So we're all being tracked and traced, man. But like I said, it's gonna come down to at the end to that M.O.T.B. Which is why he's gonna make it the whole the end all be all of it is gonna be between you buying and selling, man. All right? Because hey, who gives a fuck? If you can't travel, who cares? If you can't drive a car, who cares? But once you can't eat and buy food or get water and drink without having that shit, that's when it's gonna get real out here, man. When they start to, when that hunger kicks in and the babies are crying and you can't eat and you can't get the daily necessity that you need, that's when a lot of people are going to be drawn into this net. That's when a lot of people are going to be hopping over one another to get this new technology. Because like I told you, these Whole Food stores right now, certain ones of them, you can't even go into the store and buy something unless you have that allow them to read your palm, man. You can't just go in there and be like, well, look, I'm spending money. They don't care about the money, man. They want control. They want your palm print. They want you to get down with this system in order for you to interact with it so that they can have the control, which that's control within itself, man. They did the same thing during the C-19er, man. When you, if you didn't have your shots up to date, and you didn't have your permission slip to go into restaurants and to go into stores, you had to have proof that you were jabbed up in order to go into restaurants, to eat at a public setting, to travel, to get on an airplane, to play basketball, to go to school, to do particular things. You had to have, taken the jump shot and had your permission slip to show that you were obedient, man. And if you didn't have it, they wouldn't let you in. Which why you had a lot of instances where people was beating the shit out of hostesses at restaurants because they wouldn't let them in because they didn't want to show their permission slip. They didn't want to show their proof of jabbing because they didn't have it, man. You see? So this devil was setting everybody up for the okie doke, man. This is Psalms 10:1. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in the time of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. You see, and he's persecuting everybody. And it's going to be an ultimate persecution when he says, look, if you don't have this the M.O.T.B, man, you can't function. You can't do shit, man. Get out of here until you see the light. Hey, you want to walk into this Whole Foods store? Hey, you better have the proper requirements to come in here. Otherwise, piss off, man. And that's persecution, especially when you can't get food or get water because you don't have the M.O.T.B or you didn't bow down to his mandates in order to survive, man. That's persecution, man. And it's mainly being aimed at you tribes, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. See? It says, for the wicked boasted of his heart's desire and blessed the covetous whom Yahweh abhorreth. See? And that's what he's doing. He's boasting of his heart's desire, which is to bring in this new digital beast system, to where he's making it to where you can't even do particular things unless you go through these different processes, man. Hey, that's what he's doing. He's making it to where, hey, he's only giving you one way in, and that's it. Either you're gonna come in this way, you're gonna do it this way, you're gonna do what we tell you to do. Otherwise, you're gonna be separated from the system, man. And you can go and starve to death for all he gives a damn. It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts because he has a God complex. He thinks he is God, man. It says, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all of his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart that I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. You see? And this is what he's believing he's about to accomplish through this new world order and through all of this technology and linking man with machine. And, bringing in all of this genetically modified BS, man. Having this gene CRISPR editing technology, doing everything that he feels he has the right to do as being a god himself, man. God Noah Harari said through this technology, we can become gods. This nigga really believes that he's going to create his own inorganic life forms here on the planet Earth and phase out the creation and humanity that the Most High has created, man. You got to read into what this guy is saying and what they're trying to do out here. It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. That's why you can't believe anything that he says. You know how he's presenting all this different technology, all this digital shit? It's really all fraud and deceit. It's all a snare and a trap leading you to the ultimate goal, which is the mark of the beast, man. Like I said, but he makes it sound good. He makes it sound convincing. He makes it seem like it's very convenient, which a lot of it is convenient, man. Let's keep it real. It's very convenient, man, to if you have Apple Pay, instead of pulling your wallet out and having to literally count cash to pay for a transaction, to just press your phone on the damn thing and boop, the transaction is done that quick. That is convenient, man. I mean, let's keep it real, But it's going to come to a certain point to where that convenience is going to be slavery, man. Where that convenience ain't going to be so convenient anymore. It's going to come at a major price of your soul, man. It says, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net, you see? And this whole digital convenience is like a snare and a trap, man. He's setting the trap. He's sitting back, letting everybody use it and get comfortable with it. And then eventually he's going to spring the trap on you, which is going to be this M.O.T.B, man. To where, it's going to come to the point to where that's going to be the only option available, man. Either you're going to worship his image and accept his mark, or you're not. And we know for those that take it, the judgment that's going to come from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But prior to that, he's going to make it to where it's going to seem very enticing, very, he's going to make it seem like you're going to need that in order to save your life, man. But those of us who are the household of faith and trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, we know that that's not the way to go, man. All right? So, like I said, you use this technology while you can, but eventually it's going to come to a point to where you're going to have to be like, you know what, the hell with this shit, man. What happened? Okay, well, whatever, that wasn't good. But let me go to this other article I got. This is where let me get this real quick, because like I was saying earlier, once you take this M.O.T.B, it's a mark and a badge or a brand of the believers of the Antichrist, man. So once you take this mark of the beast, that's it for you, man. You're signed, sealed, and delivered as the total property and a slave of Esau, Edom. And it's nothing new under the sun. They did the same thing in the ancient Roman Empire, you see? Let me show you something. It says, during the 260 to 425 CE, the number of slaves in the entire empire was up to 5 million. And these elites look at all you people as slaves, man. So he's going to look for a way to totally digitally brand and corral his slaves and his cattle, which are you people, via this him, man. It says, which was 10 to 15% of the population. Interestingly, half of the slaves were owned by great landowners and the rich who managed the mighty latifundia. Here's the point. It says, due to the frequent escape of slaves, the idea arose to put them in one type of clothing so that they would be easily recognizable. You see, that's what these elites are going to do via this him. And that's why they're going to do that too with the manner of dress too. Because they're telling you in the New World Order, of course, this whole climate change bullshit, that you're not going to own all this vast wardrobes and huge amounts of clothing that you have now. Being a sneakerhead and having a closet full of clothes, you're going to have 1 or 2 items of clothing that you're going to wear continually, man, for the whole year. And maybe they'll allow you to get something new or get something different once in a year, but everybody's going to be dressed the same, man. You're going to be identifiable. Of course, through your CHIP, through your brand, which is the M.O.T.B, but also how you're going to dress, man. You're not going to be no individual out here doing your own thing, being snazzy and, having your hair did a particular way. Everybody's going to look and act and move the same, according to these devils, man. It says, due to the frequent escape of slaves, the idea arose to put them in one type of clothing so they would be easily recognizable. However, due to the fact that slaves constituted a large part of Roman society, there was a fear that they would know their numbers and raise open rebellions and murder their own masters, which is why they have this term called divide and conquer now. It says, throughout the history, the Romans have experienced several slave rebellions, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. It says, it was a common, it was a common practice amongst slave owners to mark them so that they could be recognized quickly in the event of escape. The body was tattooed, mutilated to make scar permanent, and special collars were put on the necks. Some were on the bodies in the grave, suggesting that some were worn for life. One of the preserved collars has a plate with engraved information visible in the attack. Come on, man. Engraved images, but this time, instead of them having it physically, it's going to be inside of you, man. You're going to be digitally enslaved, digitally marked, man, and tracked and monitored and followed everywhere you go, man. So it's nothing new under the sun, man. And these elites have the same plan, which shows you that this is ancient Rome all over again. But this time, this branding is going to be under the skin, man. It says, one of the preserved collars had a plate with engraved information visible in the attached photo. I have a runaway, hold me. When you have brought me back to my master's Zanonius, you will receive a gold coin. It's worth mentioning that the stigmata were most often on the foreheads of slaves, the so-called frontis literati, as Apollonius mentions in his works Metamorphosis. In order to hide their true origin, the slaves wore headbands or head coverings to cover the tattoo or the scar. In Ephesus, in the remains of the ancient temple of Alcephius, the Greek god of medicine, thousands of tablets were found, which the fled slaves sacrificed to axe to remove the mark from the forehead. You see? Did it not say in Revelation that they're going to put a mark beside their forehead or in their heads, man? So it's the same thing all over again, but this time it's going to be inside of you, man. You see? So it's nothing new under the sun. We see where everything is going, man. You're going to be marked as a slave in this new world order via this M.O.T.B, man. That's going to be the mark they're going to put upon you. They did the same thing in ancient Rome, man. To do what? To mark their slaves. That's what you're going to be in the new world order. You're just going to be a slave in it, man. Oh, let me get this article too. Showing you, man. This devil was he's making moves, man. And remember, like I said earlier, China is the model. Them goddamn them slopes over there, man. They ain't nothing but goddamn the slaves, man. Oh, where'd it go? Is that it right there? Here we go, here we go. It says, video, China shames citizens on social credit system blacklist by publicly displaying faces, IDs, addresses on billboards. Remember, like I said, I read now the first article, the second article. They're gathering all this information about you. All of your digital information is going to be tracked and traced and used against you, man, so that you can be constantly identified in real time. Let me get some of this water. Yeah, it's hot as hell out here. Remember, China is the model, man. Let me get this crucible real quick. So we see where everything is going, man. And Lord willing, we'll probably be elect. We're not going to be deceived by this shit, you know? That's why we got to know just how far to use this technology until you can't use it anymore, man. You know, because we're all going to have, you know, we all got to be wise as serpents, man. We all got to, you know, understand just how far we're going to be able to use this shit until we're going to have to break off and be, you know, let me get that. This is Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 40. It says, "O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." Because, you know, bad times are going to come here, man. You know, all hell, like I said, all hell is going to break loose. The system is going to collapse. You know, they're going to come in and bring in this new, you know, this new financial system, which we're going to be able to use for a particular while. But after a while, we're going to have to break off and be like, you know what, we ain't down with where this shit is going, man. And we're going to have to. That's why we're going to have to be ready to the battle and walk out here and be like pilgrims and have faith and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He's going to deliver us. He's going to feed us. He's going to take care of us, man. He's going to keep us from you know, from that hour of temptation, which I'll get that next. It says, and in those evils be ye even as pilgrims upon the earth. Let's see what, oh, hold on, let me do it. But a pilgrim is somebody who is on their way, on a journey to a spiritual place, man. Now, as they're traveling to that holy and spiritual place, they're going to be expecting miracles, man, divine intervention, you know? And that's the position that we're going to be in pretty soon. It says, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. Because eventually it's going to come to the point to where, you know, everything that you have and everything that you may trust in and have faith in and want to keep, you're going to have to let it all go. Because in order for you to keep it or to have anything, you're going to have to bow down to the M.O.T.B. You're going to have to, you know, accept his image and his beast. I mean, accept the mark and accept the image and to get down with this NWO. It says, he that occupieth merchandise as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. And this is why we tell a lot of these Israelite groups, you can't be having no 10-year plan here in Babylon the Great. You can't just keep building and building and trying to chase the bag and have money and houses and all this real estate and all this shit, which is cool if you got it, but eventually you're going to have to let all that shit go, man. It's going to be destroyed and burnt in nuclear fire anyway, but that can be something that's going to hinder you and cause you to look back and look to try to save your life instead of losing for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's sake, man. You know, you got all this money, you got all these houses and property, you got, you know, the pretty wife, the family, all these people depending upon you. Hey, they can be a nuisance, man. You got your wife in your ear. Well, we got all this property. We're going to lose all this stuff. You're going to give it all away. You know, we got to eat, blah, blah, blah. You know, she's going to be in your ear, man. You know, she might go behind your back and get the kids chipped behind your back just so that she can, you know, think she's going to live in a little bit more comfort, man. And that's why at the end of our day, hey, remember Lot's wife, man. Hey, and Lot was balling on a level that ain't none of our people balling on, man. So, hey, Lot didn't look back, so, hey, you shouldn't have no problem looking back on this temporal bullshit anyway, man. All right? We got better and bigger things to look forward to, you know? It says, they that marry as they that should get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. See? For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods. Like Klaus Schwab said, you're going to own nothing and be happy. In the New World Order, you're not going to own any goddamn thing. So everything that you think you own that you have, it can be confiscated just like that, man. You know? It can be taken away from you. You know they still got executive orders to where the government can take and confiscate whatever the hell you have and what you own, man, and use it for their own purposes. So take your mind off all of these worldly possessions and shit that you think that you have right now. It's all just a temporary situation, you know. It says, for strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses and take their children captives, for in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons. So the point being is, you know, you gotta, you know, stop having such high regard for all these things that you think you have now. It's all temporary. It's all going to be taken away anyway, man. As these devils bring in this NWO. All right. Get this real quick. Let me get this article. See, this is Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. See, that's what it's all about, keeping the word of the Most High's patience, man. Holding fast unto this truth and our faith and trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, even unto the very end, man. Because all of our faith is going to be tested. You know, we're all going to see if we truly believe in the promises and the faith and the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua when this hour of temptation comes, man. Because without it, like I said, you're going to be separated from this society, man. You're not going to be able to function, you know. And if your faith is weak and you, you know, be overcame, then you're going to bend and you're going to accept Esau's M.O.T.B. It's C. Ragma, you're going to be destroyed. But if you trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and be faithful even unto death, you're going to receive the crown of life. And even if you have to die here, hey, guess what? Your works are going to follow you, man. And you're going to be blessed. And you're going to be, you know, found great in the kingdom of heaven, man. It says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Let's read that word temptation. That's what's coming. That's what that whole C-Ragma is. The C-Ragamuffin is. A temptation to take it. It says the word is pirosmos. It says an experiment, attempt, trial, proving. Remember, this is the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua's test. The Most High's trial of your character, man. To see if you truly have faith in Him. It says a trial of proving, the trial made of you by my bodily condition, since conditions serve as to test the love of the Galatians. It says the trial of man's fidelity, integrity, virtue, and constancy. See? And what? Your virtue and fidelity and faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Do you truly trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? Or do you trust in what Esau Edom is selling you, man? Do you trust in the New World Order? You trust in his technology? You trust in everything that he's selling you, man? Which is a temporary situation, man. But the Most High is offering you eternal life, man. Power over the nations. You know, everlasting kingdom. Immortality, man. Life, rulership, power, you know, wealth, righteousness, holiness, all these beautiful things the Lord is offering, but Esau is just offering you, you know, a goddamn 500 cubic foot bedroom apartment, man. You know, he ain't offering shit, man, but death. It says an enticement to sin, temptation, whether arising from the desires, from the outward circumstances, you see, because everybody's going to be down bad. And that's why he's going to come and present this M.O.T.B. when everybody is desperate, when everybody is hungry, when everybody is afraid, when your outward circumstances look like it ain't going to never get no better, man. Then he's going to present this thing unto you. And that's when it's going to seem to be the most enticing and the most the best thing that you can do, but it's not. Guess what? For the amenity of the Lord, hey, the best thing to do in that situation is going to be to just take the guillotine, man. And let your body be a living sacrifice, man. Die in your testimony in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It says an internal temptation to sin. This is the condition of things or a mental state by which we are enticed to sin. Yeah, because ultimately the M.O.T.B is not a sin, but the taking is that ultimate sin, man. You see? It says rebellion against the Most High, by which his power and justice are, as it were, put to the proof and challenged to show themselves. Remember, at the end of the day, this is all the Most High's test. This is the Most High's trial. He's testing you. He's just using Esau, Edom, in external circumstances, and you being in desperate situations, and hurt, and hungry, and thirsty, and being attacked in the flesh to see if that can overcome you, not to trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, but to look for the quick way out, man. To look for the quick fix, And we know what's going to happen if you take that M.O.T.B, man. Let's get that. See? This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. It says, what? Doom for the worshipers of the beast. Because ultimately, if you take this M.O.T.B, you're basically worshiping Esau as your God and as your Savior, man. And as your God. Hey, you know that the Lord is a jealous power, man. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and the beast is America, NATO, and the EU, that whole power structure, man. It says, and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Remember, the Romans, they branded their slaves on the forehead. They had the collars on them, man. So if you take this M.O.T.B, that's your ass, man. It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. So this is why, under any circumstances, you should not take this M.O.T.B, man. That's why our faith and trust has to be in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Because all Esau is going to do is just, make it seem, he's just going to he's just going to attack your flesh, man. He's going to just make it seem like you're hopeless, that you can't eat or drink or have anything except you bow down and come to him for the one of all things, which is why he's buying up all these different farms. He's buying up all these different businesses. He's consolidating power on every single level, man, to where he can do unrighteous decrees, cast you out from getting anything unless you bow down and worship his image and his beast and get down with this system, man. It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Yeah, you're going to be destroyed in the nuclear fire. Of the nukes and the fire from the chariots in the presence of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai when he returns. It says, in the smoke of, see, that's why you got to fear the Lord at the end of the day. Don't fear what Esau can do. Because all Esau can do is just physically put you to death, man. But the Lord can cast your body and your spirit in hell, man. And like I say, Esau is just a tool being used by the Most High, man. Don't fear him and what he can do. All he can do is put you to death and put your head in the guillotine and and put you to death. But guess what? The Lord has power over your spirit and over your soul. The Lord can raise you right back up. That's what he's going to do to the elect. This is why, we should have known circumstances take this shit, man. Yeah, we're going to catch hell. Yeah, we're going to be down and out, man. But hey, the Lord's going to intervene. He's going to make intercession. That's why our faith and trust has to be in the Lord, man. And the Lord's not going to put anything on you that you cannot handle, man. And that's where our faith and scriptures like that are going to have to be with us and be within us during those trials and those tribulations, man. Whatever is brought upon us, guess what? The Lord is going to be and defend his elect under any circumstances. It says, in the smoke of their torment descended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints, right? Here's the suffering of the saints. This is what the saints have to do. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord henceforth. So if you have to die by not receiving this M.O.T.B, if you have to die because you refuse to bow down and worship this man's image and take his charisma, you get your head chopped off, or however he takes you out, you're going to be blessed, man. That's righteous is the sight of the Most High is the death of his martyrs. I'm going to get that. It says, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. You see? So you're going to be delivered and saved, either way it goes, man. The Lord ain't going to forget that. He's not going to just be like, oh, he died. Oh, no, that's it. No, a great glory comes with that, man. You get that. So it's going to be a very beautiful thing to die, you know, as a martyr for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Here we go. Boom, the water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. This is Psalms 116, verse 15. This is Psalms 116, 1 and 13. I will take the cup of salvation and call upon the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. I will pay my vows unto Yahweh now in the presence of all his people. Precious in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is the death of his saints. See? It's a beautiful thing, man. You know? It's precious in the sight of the Lord, the death of his martyrs, man. So if you have to die in righteousness, you know, for the word of subject, if you have to die, you know, in righteousness for the cause in the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, precious in the sight you are in the sight of the Most High, man. And your works are going to follow you, man. And that's some of the route that some of us are going to be put upon, man. But hey, it's all going to be all good, man. The worst thing you can do is bow down and take this man's image and worship this man and take his mark, man. That's a certain certified death and destruction, which 2/3 of our people, a lot of, well, not because it's 2/3, but a lot of our people are going to follow down that route and down that path, man, because they're not taking heed to the prophets. But let me get this last article and show you that this is where everything is going. Remember, China is the model. So if you want to know what's coming to America and how America is going to be ultimately turned into a total dictatorship, which that guy Klaus Schwab said he likes China. He likes these communist leaders and these dictatorial leaders, and that they like the way that they run their country. And this is what's coming to America. And remember, this is why they're gathering all this information. This is why they got you going, everything going digital, so that they can have you on that database so you can be tracked and traced and shamed and put on that social credit score, man. It says video, China shames citizens on social credit system blacklist by publicly displaying faces, IDs, addresses on billboards, you see? This is why they're gathering all this information on you, so it can be used against you, man. It's not going to be used to help you. It's going to be used against you in the near future, man. It says, footage out of China shows giant billboards displaying the private information of citizens who have been blacklisted in the communist government's social credit score system, which that's what's coming to America. That's what the CBDC is all about. That's what this total control grid is all about, man. This is why they're censoring everybody. It's why they want to have a ID system to where you can get on the internet, so you can be ultimately governed and controlled on every level, man. It's not going to be no escape from the New World Order, man. It says, and China is the model. It says the public display of personal information is just one method implemented by the CCP to shame and mock citizens and keep them in line, you see? It's all about control, man. And remember, China is the model. America and its government and these elites want total control in the same exact fashion, man. It says, coming to the USA from Wall Street Silver, it's Twitter. It says, China shames citizens who are on the blacklist of social credit system by displaying their faces, ID addresses on every government-run billboard in the town for all to see. This also alerts who you may want to stay away from, lest your social credit score should fall, you see? And it showed you that on episodes of Black Mirror, man. I forget the one with the redhead chick, you know, when that one black Jake, he got fired from the job, and his social credit score was dwindling. Didn't nobody even want to be seen by him. Didn't nobody want nothing to do with him, because if you were seen next to him, people would they would, you know, the little scan, they would give you like a low rating, and they would drop your social credit score, man. See, this is where everything is going, man. And it's funny as hell, man. It says the viral video adds to the growing body of footage emerging from China showing the Orwellian nature of the communist government's compliance and surveillance state tactics. It says Chinese people who are on the blacklist of social credit system are barred from driving their own cars. You see, this is what's going to happen in the near future. But in this new, you know, when they bring the system in, it's going to be all linked to your CHIP and AI, man. Here it is. You got a shitty social credit score. You're going to try to unlock your car, and it ain't going to allow you that option, man. You're going to try to go in the store to get some water. It's not going to let you. You're going to try to get on the train or get some gasoline. It's not going to let you, man. You're going to be totally separated from that society, man. Until you get your, until you boost your social credit score, until you become a better slave, until you are completely in order, man. It says now facial recognition and ID checks required for entering China's gas stations. If you are being blacklisted, no gas for you. And that's the system that they're implementing, man. And that's why they got to have this 5G, 6G system set up all over the place, man. So no matter where you go, you're constantly being scanned and monitored, man. You're constantly being told whether you can do this or whether you cannot, whether you can buy or sell in this instance, man. Their social credit score is so low, they can't buy gas. That's therefore what? You cannot travel. Take your ass back home, man. And I'm pretty sure they got other shit to where they're going to make it to where you can't even leave your house pretty soon, man. You can't even receive phone calls. See? Until you get your credit score back up. Which, how they're going to allow you to do that, I don't know. That's yet to be seen, but I'm sure you're going to have to, probably have some re-education and be punished in that way, It says facial recognition and ID required for entering gas stations. Yeah, it's showing them basically walking to the gas station, they got to scan their face until they can get the permission to get gas. It says Chinese police add facial recognition glasses to surveillance arsenal. America should closely observe the technology being rolled out in China's burgeoning surveillance state as it serves as a test ground for future social credit score technologies that will soon roll out in other super states. See? Because that's the plan. China is the model. This is where everything is going, man. All centered around this micro C hit, man. This devil was literally trying to play the Most High, man. And he's trying to do it via this technology, man. So that's why, under no circumstances, should you bow down to this man's New World Order. Of course, it's easier said than done, but this is ultimately where everything is going. This is why he's making everything the way that it is, man. All right? You're going to have to obey, and you're going to bow down to this slaughter, man. And if you do it, it's not going to work out for you anyway, because you're still going to be enslaved. But this is why our faith has to remain in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai at all times, man. Because this devil is, he's coming with it, and he's not slowing down. He's not going to stop, man. So you, Jake, matter of fact, let me get this, man. And I'll close it out with this. Yeah, but here at Great Millstone, hey, we've been warning you. We've been telling you. All these years, this was coming. This was the plan. This was the goal. And now it's here. The technology of the M.O.T.B has been here since 2015. They're just waiting for the right crisis to spring on you people. Right? This is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. So people need to wake the hell up, man. Understanding what's happening all around you. Understand what these devils are trying to do, man. Understand what the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is, man. We're at the end of this thing, man. Now is the time for our people to repent, to humble themselves, get right, especially you black ass nigga women, man. And I gotta say it that way, because you are totally out of control. You're totally going down the path of straight destruction, man. You better humble yourself greatly in these last days. And that goes for you, you Israelite men too. Y'all out of order too, but the women especially out of order. It's time for you to wake out of sleep, man. Get out of this Babylonian queen of heaven, bad bitch, destructive spirit that you're in, and humble yourself and repent and come back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Because time is coming to where, hey, all that bad girl shit, all that feminist is about to go right out the window when all hell breaks loose, man. It says, and that knowing the time that it is now high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. Right? What is the armor of light is this truth, man. Lost, the being in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, separating yourself from this society, coming out of the ways of this world, man, putting away all the works of darkness, your adultery, your pride, your idolatries, man. You know, your worshiping all these false, wicked ass holidays here, being prideful, man. You know, being selfish, all this nigga behavior that you see running rampant all over the internet, man. You need to come out of that, man. And come back to Yahweh Shem Yahushai and put on this armor of light and this faith and trust in the Lord, man. It says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy. And that's all that you see niggas doing on the internet. That's all black and Latino and West Indian culture is all about right now. This black shit, man. It's all about partying and bullshit, pride, chasing the bag, arrogance, all this foolish conversation, adultery, wickedness, threesomes, you know, it's gang banging culture, all this wicked bullshit. It needs to stop, man. Or you need to come out of it because, hey, it's coming to an end to where all these things are about to be judged and destroyed by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You know? It says, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach and make not provisions for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. You see, and that's what's going to get a lot of our people destroyed. That's what's going to get a lot of our people overcame and C-Rod up, man. It's going to be to fulfill the lust of their flesh, man. To want to eat and to drink and to party and to bullshit and to so-called carry on life as they think it should be, man. That's what's going to get a lot of our people micro C-hip, man. It's trying to fulfill the lust of the flesh and all this partying and bullshit and the ways of this wicked-ass world, man. So you got to come out of that, repent, return to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, and humble yourself, man. And find out what the true will and intention of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is, man. And maybe the Lord will have mercy on your soul, man. So with that, I'm going to close it out there. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and mercy be multiplied to all you brethren, preaching this word in all sincerity and truth. To the next one, Shalom.